What is up, YouTube? Thrift School over here coming at you with 5 pretty awesome sales over on Amazon. I sell on Amazon FBA, and these are all items that I found either at thrift stores or I believe maybe 1 or 2 of these items is from a supermarket. So it's a good tip for you guys. We'll get into the video and you will learn that awesome tip in a couple minutes. So let's jump right into it. Very first item we have here, if you guys watched my previous ride along video, I went to Goodwill. I found 2 of these TI-84 graphing calculators for 12 bucks a piece on the shelf. Snagged them both. They both sold the day they hit the warehouse, which you can see Saturday, November 3rd. Today is November 3rd, so they sold today for $82.97 each. That's awesome. I love selling these things. They go for good money and they sell extremely fast. Just wanted to show you guys the full page of it. Here it is. You could see if I were to sell them via a merchant, I would only get $70. I'd still have to pay for shipping and I'd still have fees after that. Amazon FBA, if you click on Prime shippers, you're looking at $83, $85 to $90. They sell very fast, so you do not have to be the cheapest one. Like I showed you earlier, I sold mine for $82.97, so I actually was the cheapest one at the time. But if I wanted to hold off a little bit, I could have priced it at $88.99 all the way up here and probably sold it pretty fast. So next we have a board game, Wits and Wagers, sold it for $40.87. Here is the game right here. It's just a board game, guys. I found it at the thrift store, paid what, $2 to $5, somewhere in that range. I don't know the exact price I paid on it, but right around there. You could see brand new, it's going for so much money. Used, you could get it Amazon Prime for $9 shipped, but people would rather buy things new, and that's a great tip, guys. Always, whenever you see anything new, most people know to scan it, but just because it's worth a lot new doesn't mean it's worth a lot used. If you sold a board game for $41 new and you find it used, you're like, oh, well, I remember selling this for a lot of money. Doesn't matter. It doesn't always correlate. You could see right here, $9. Next one is $12, so it's not like it sells for much money at all. Maybe if you were paying a quarter for these games, it might be worth it, but to count all the pieces to sell something for $9, that's kind of insane. I wouldn't do it. Next we have, here is the item that I picked up at a supermarket. Now I finally sold out of all of mine. I bought about 25 to 30 of these for around $3 a piece. You can see I sold it for $17.87. And this is what it is. It is a revealed 3 eyeshadow palette. Not sure why the price is $19.95 now. I don't know why mine was $2 lower. I do use a repricer, so it could have been some weird repricing war that was going on with somebody else. That's what happens sometimes using a repricer, and you sell things for a little bit cheaper than you wouldn't necessarily sell them for. I personally use a repricer on Amazon because Amazon now does long-term storage fees every single month. It could add up really fast, so I highly recommend getting a repricer. I could do a whole video on that sometime soon, but this I found at a local supermarket, guys. So the tip of this video, the main tip of this video, is for you guys to go to your local supermarket, but make sure it's a supermarket that's not around the rest of the country. So obviously around the rest of the country, I believe there's Costco's, maybe BJ's. Now around me, there's Stop and Shops, Big Y's, ShopRite's. I don't know if any of these relate to you guys. I know Whole Foods is around the whole country, I'm pretty sure, but that's pretty much all we have up here. Maybe Market 32 is up here, and I'm in Connecticut. So what you want to do is go to your local store that maybe is only in your part of the country. Check their clearance racks, because they do generally clearance out items about, every month. They'll have a table in the back, a table in the front that just has stuff on clearance. And when I was in Jersey, they had a different supermarket there that wasn't in Connecticut. So what I did was I went to their clearance section, found a whole bunch of diapers that were clearance down to $7. They were selling on Amazon for about $40. So you know what I did? I bought them all, sold them all. It was great. I threw them in the back of my car. I was there on vacation, but the hustle never stops. And right here, this was just a eyeshadow thing. I knew nothing about it, but it was brand new sealed, selling for good money, so I picked it up. Remember that, guys. The next item we have here is an external dual layer DVD burner, and it's Sony. Now if you guys want Another tip, Sony products tend to sell pretty darn well, but that's pretty well known. This sold for $54.95. Here's a close-up of the item, and you could see that used sellers are coming in at $27, and that's without cables. So mine had cables, but mine was still used. So I didn't want to price it, you know, above this $79 guy. Even though I was Amazon Prime, I wanted to make sure my price was still attractive. Maybe the $79 is cheap. I didn't do a lot of research on it. I kind of just sent it in. Probably should have done a little more research, but I listed it for $55, not knowing if it would sell like that. It actually sold pretty fast, and you could see, I mean, that's a huge difference from the lowest price person. So don't always think when you scan something in a thrift store, you scan it and you see the lowest price is $27. That's not always the case. Do a little more research, see what their title says. If they're acceptable condition, odds are it's pretty beat. They shouldn't even be selling it on Amazon. You technically can't be selling an item like this without its cables. Somebody's going to get that without reading that and be very upset and probably going to return it. So that's something you definitely want to keep an eye out for. Also, another thing you want to keep an eye out for, this person down here is selling it for $81 plus $7 shipping. They have just launched, which means they have no reviews. A lot of buyers tend to stay away from people like that. This person had 90% positive feedback, and this person has 100, which are both pretty good, so there's no worries there. But when somebody says just launched underneath their name, you kind of want to, you could always price above them. Now, obviously, I priced below them because I just wanted to have a quick sale. Priced in between these two, I'm happy with what I sold it for. Now, the last item we have here is a CD, and guys, I get so many, I don't know if they're trolls or people that just don't understand. They say, hey, it's not 2007, it's not 1999, CDs are dead, DVDs are dead. And you know what? I sold a DVD burner for $55. I sold a CD for $45. This is the complete Verve Remix Deluxe box. So for $44.95, here's a close-up of it. Now mine was, I believe, used. You can see right here the two used prices coming in at right around $45. The rank was a little high on it, so I priced right around them. And it did sit for a little while, but it sold for $45. What'd I pay for it? $1 to $3, somewhere around there. That's probably the max I would have paid would have been $3 because no thrift stores around me price these things at more than $3, and most of the time they're $1.50. So that's what I sold it for, and I get a lot of people on my channel telling me VHS is dead, CDs are dead, DVDs are dead, you're crazy. When I bought that huge, I spent what, $500, or I forgot what I spent, $500 I think it was, on 10,000 DVDs and CDs, and I posted a whole video of it showing you guys everything, and I've already made a couple $1,000s profit on that. It takes time, but it's nice to have that money slowly trickle in over, you know, the next couple of years, whereas I wouldn't have had it at all. It is work, but you know, this whole business is work, and you do what you do, and you let the what does Scavenger Life say? You build the pipeline, and the money just keeps coming. It comes down the pipeline, and it's awesome, guys. So there are opportunities out there in old media, in DVDs, in CDs, in VHS tapes, and I've sold a lot of VHS tapes. I didn't include any here because nothing too special sold for VHS tapes for me in the past week or so. I've had a couple $15 sales, which, hey, if you're paying $0.25 to $1 for a VHS tape and it sells for $15, I mean, you do that a few times and you're making some good money. So do not pass these things up, guys. Hopefully you learned something from this video. Remember to go to your local supermarket, the local one, not the big chain ones. Go to your local one, see what they have on clearance. They might have some things that, you know, you just wouldn't think of. I bought and sold coffee for certain times of year. Pumpkin spice coffee does very well. You buy it now while it's clearancing out, since October's almost over. You get it for really cheap. Coffee takes a while to go bad. You could sell it, you know, for Christmas gifts. You could sell it, you know, next year when nobody can find pumpkin spice coffee and they're really craving a certain brand. You get a huge markup. So Halloween candy is another great thing. After Easter, you buy Easter candy. Things like that, guys. It's a video for another day. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, remember to give it a thumbs up. Comment down below if you have any questions at all. Subscribe if you haven't already. This is Thrift School signing out. See ya.